Top 5 easy countries to get student visa in 2023. Let's begin, just fast. If you're new to my channel, make sure to click the subscribe button. The student visa options available and the application procedure are only one of the numerous factors to take into account when deciding where to study abroad. When you finally get accepted to your top choice university, a difficult visa application process can have you jumping through hoops and fretting that your application will be turned down. We did some research and identified 5 nations with reasonably straightforward student visa application processes. You don't need to provide as much additional information, in an effort to attract more foreign students. This does not imply that obtaining a visa is assured. You will still need to submit the appropriate documentation and pass all of the requirements outlined in the nation's immigration regulations. Australia. Australia, the only nation in the world to span an entire continent, has a lot to offer, from a highly esteemed higher education system to, perhaps, the finest master chef. It is a multicultural hub that extends a warm welcome to international students and makes obtaining a visa simple. A student visa, subclass 500, is required if you want to further your education in Australia. A confirmation of enrollment, CO, from your university is required, along with documentation of adequate cash and student health insurance, OHSC. The Australian student visa costs AUD $630, USD $475, and should be approved in 4 weeks. Depending on your study, the student visa may be valid for up to 5 years. Even during term time, you are permitted to work an unlimited number of hours. Just make sure you finish your study first. New Zealand. In close proximity to Australia, the island nation of New Zealand is renowned for its top-notch educational institutions. The picturesque splendor and tranquility of the islands are an added benefit. You must show evidence of an acceptance offer from a university, enough money, and a character reference to finish the visa application process for a student visa in New Zealand. To submit the application, you do not, however, need to provide any evidence of language proficiency. A list of all the documentation you need is available on the official Study in New Zealand website. Depending on your degree of study, the student visa may be valid for up to 4 years. During the academic year, you are permitted to work up to 20 hours per week, with no restrictions. Canada. Another well-liked location for foreign postgraduate study is Canada, which has a large number of highly regarded colleges as well as a simple and friendly visa application process. In order to study abroad in Canada, you must apply for 2 different types of permits. The authorization to enroll in school at a university. However, as this is not a visa, you cannot enter the country with it. An electronic travel authorization, ATA, or a visiting visa, both of which permit entry. The Canadian Embassy or Consulate will immediately issue an ATA for you if you are requesting a study permit. On the Canadian immigration website, you can also see if a second application is required. To submit an application, you must show verification of your identity, acceptance into a Canadian university, and financial assistance. Documents that are necessary are listed by the Canadian government. The cost of the student visa is $150, US $109, and students from select nations can apply through the Student Direct Stream, which shortens the processing time from the customary 13 weeks if you are applying from outside Canada to 20 calendar days. The duration of a Canadian study permit is the length of the course plus 90 days. You are permitted to work without restrictions on campus and 20 hours per week, with no cap on holidays, off campus. United Kingdom, UK. Although the UK used to be rigorous on visas, in recent years it has become more welcoming to international students. International postgraduates can study at some of the greatest universities in the world and take advantage of the rich culture of the UK thanks to the relatively simple student visa application process. You will require a student visa for the UK that is valid for the entire program. You need a confirmation of acceptance of studies, CAS, in order to apply. You will also need to show proof that you have enough money and meet the English language criteria under the new point system. The visa carries a fee, depending on where you apply from, and a health surcharge, depending on the length of your course. On a student visa from the UK, you are permitted to work 20 hours per week during the academic year with no limitations. Once your education is finished, you can apply for the new graduate visa, a 2-year post-study work permit. United States, US. It is not surprising that the US is one of the most sought-after study abroad destinations because it is home to Ivy League universities. The large volume of foreign students that apply to and enroll in American universities makes the visa application process relatively simple. You must apply for a student visa, type F, in order to study in the US. The duration of this visa is 5 years. You must be registered with SEVIS and have been admitted to an institution approved by the SEVP in order to be eligible to apply for a Type F student visa. Before your visa interview, you must have a Form I-20, a completed Form DS-160, and all other necessary documentation. Don't worry, it may seem difficult, but after you accept an offer from an institution, they will assist you in registering with SEVIS, and then it's only a matter of filling out some paperwork. A cost of at least $510 must be paid for your visa application. This covers the $160 application price as well as the $350 SEVIS fee. For information on everything you need for your U.S. student visa, please visit the website of the U.S. Department of State. On a U.S. student visa, you can work 20 hours per week during the academic year and unrestrictedly over the summer. To further encourage me to produce more stuff for you, kindly click the like and subscribe button. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I wish you luck for your future ahead.